Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery, ATA 2024. We are starting off the day at Hamskea Archery Products with John Vatera. And John, I wanted to start here because I saw this yesterday and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've seen so far. Linx lock. Tell us about this.
So this is our new quick change weight system. Gone are the days of having to mess with an all thread or adjusting your weights have been very difficult. So these can attach to a stabilizer bar or the riser of the bow. And what it is doing is it's a simple twist connection. So you assemble them and you twist them on. So you can change ounces in seconds, like on the fly, on the line. Now you can adjust your weight stack system.
Super strong magnets they are. Like you're pulling them apart easily, but they are held together pretty solid.
They are, and there's an optional set screw that you can do to completely lock these down. So what we recommend is that you lock down the most of your weight, and then the last few that you're tuning with, leave them unlocked, and you make your adjustments with those. So you can make this as strong or stronger than a solid piece, and then you can adjust it very easily.
So run through the options of what you have there, the different purposes and weights of each of these that you have on there.
Yeah, so you start off with a starter weight. So this 2-ounce starter weight can go onto stabilizers or it can go onto risers. And then you have an 8-ounce, a 4-ounce, 1 ounce. We have a 1.1 ounce tool end cap, and this tool helps you, like you said, those strong magnets. So if you're having trouble getting an ounce or two apart, this acts as a tool, and it's also got a rubber dampener on it. So when you're setting your bow down, it won't slip on cement or concrete. And then also we have a flush end cap here, and this is for like your back bar. This is your pretty end cap, so it's nice and neat. And to change that over, it's that easy in your shooting.
And so what I wanted to talk about, John, a little bit about was the process to get here. Because this thing looks cool, sleek and everything, but it's been a while for you guys to get to this point.
Yeah, this has been over a 4-year development process for this. Looks like a very simple product, but it's actually one of our most complicated products that we've come out with. So it's been a long journey, but we got it right, and now we're ready to release it.
I like what you were saying that, obviously, one of the things that you wanted to make sure wasn't happening was vibration. If someone had a big stack, that you wanted them not to vibrate. So just little things like offsetting the magnets so they're constantly pulling. You only figured that out by trying it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of trial and error, and there's been harmonics of a bow, especially of a target bow shooting, are incredible. The vibrations, harmonics cause all kinds of issues to connections. So really working through that, and a lot of R&D and a lot of testing. There's a lot of science into these little things that I don't completely understand. That's why we have smart guys.
Let's tell them who you had using this and what you had them do to finally make sure everything worked.
We've had a lot of people testing them, and we've had a lot of guys that shoot a lot of weight, 30, 40 ounces on these, all with 1-ounce connections, and they've been working really well. So you'll see some shooters start to shooting them. Everyone hasn't totally figured out who's going to be able to shoot them, but there's some big names out there that'll be shooting them that have helped us develop these over the years.
All right, John, the Linx lock. Definitely cool to see something like that, an advancement in something, a simple product, but yet deals with a lot of issues. How many of those bolts are you going to connect if you've got a 30, 40 ounce stack on there? You got bolts going all the way through there.
And also, if we didn't cover it, it attaches to risers for bare bow archers, for recurve archers. We've gotten a lot of feedback for the recurves. When they're shooting outside in different conditions, they can literally change their weights on the line, as windy conditions to help them. And even fatigue in a round, you shoot a 5-spot round, towards the end it's getting harder to hold that bow up. It is for me anyway. So now you can change that on the fly.
All right, Linx lock from Hamskea. John, awesome to see that, and we wish you the best of luck with it.
Thanks for coming by, PJ. Appreciate it.